wager that you are all here knowing the importance of going global as far as the potential for additional revenue, global brand awareness, also market diversification. So at that point, that's just the beginning, and that's really just the starting point. And what we're going to be discussing today is more along the challenges that present themselves when entering global markets. So the first thing I would like to highlight is things are not all that they seem. To start off, I promised some trivia. So which nation consumes more coffee per capita?
Okay.
The correct answer is Finland. So you might make some assumptions in order to get out the gate, and that might not be correct. So this is sort of the overall top coffee drinking nation stats. In addition, operationally, things are not as we would normally expect them. Some of us may be US-based businesses and therefore have a preference for sort of US operations. So the next trivia question is about what is the most popular form of e-commerce payment in India? The correct answer is COD.
Good job, guys.
Woo! So overall, 75% of the population in India do not have a way to pay online. And then the last sort of bit as to some of these challenges in going global is customers also don't behave the same way that you would think. Last trivia question. In which of the countries below do people look for the lowest prices when shopping online? The correct answer is Italy. Over 50% of shoppers in Spain, Poland, and France consider price point to be the most significant when making their decision. So overall, there's a lot of complexity. We recognize the importance of going global, yet at the same time, we're met with a lot of challenges. And so that's what we're really here to talk to you about, is how to overcome those challenges in what we feel like is a more step-by-step methodical way. So tell me more. How can we get started?
Absolutely. Let's do this. It's all lovely and very difficult, but the how is really what's going to get to us, right? We did some studies in 12 different markets with over 500 different respondents to find out what were the real challenges for internationalization. And we found two eye-opening insights. The first is 60% of businesses see market insights as a starting point and something that they don't have access to. And the second is that 83% of businesses are not expanding or are slowing down their expansion due to some of these operational barriers. So we looked at ourselves and said, okay, if we really want to make a difference, and although online advertising is Google's core value proposition, if we really want to make an impact for these businesses that have international aspirations, we have to take a look at how we're going to deliver these insights and then also be able to provide an end-to-end solution for some of these operational barriers. And Google's in a unique position to help. We have lots of internal expertise. As you know, we have products all over the world. And so we've got all these expertise around scaling our products internationally. A couple of little examples of this, we've got content that's hyper-local. For example, for Lunar New Year, we have content that launches in Southeast Asia. We also take payments from all around the world on our smartphones. And then finally, we also have our hardware operations now that launch our Pixel, for example, in, say, France. So we've got a lot of things that we can do here, and so we want to make sure that, that we marry this with all the wealth of data that we have as Google. You get what we think is a compelling set of solutions. So cue in Market Finder. We've created this tool, which is available for you right now. You can go to that link. It's also available on the Think with Google site. And we created Market Finder for you to find these insights and look at them in a very easily digestible format to find your next new markets, and then also to take you through the funnel of planning for planning your operations, and finally for actually going global with your marketing.
Hello, welcome to Market Finder, a new Google tool that helps small businesses find the best markets to export their products to. Market Finder uses Google's unique data insights and search volume metrics to help businesses make confident, informed decisions about international growth. And it does it in a matter of seconds. Let's see how Market Finder helps Claire, a manager at the jewelry business Argento, find the best export opportunities. Market Finder scans her website and identifies all the relevant categories for the products that she can export. Based on Argento's product categories, Google's unique search volume metrics and insights show Claire the markets with the highest export potential. Each market is ranked to show the monthly searches for Argento's business categories, ease of doing business in that market, and the market's household disposable income. Claire signs up to get even more detail, insights, and market recommendations. Now she can delve deeper into the shortlisted markets and compare and explore with Google's unique data insights. Market Finder has 6 detailed profiles for each country that you can search and use instantly. Claire wants to learn about the logistic of exporting to Japan and expands the economic profile. The search and advertising profile shows how many people first view her product online. Now Claire checks internet use during key purchasing stages and the number of weekly online purchases by device. She adds her chosen markets to a shortlist and proceeds to step 2, operations. Market Finder has expert operational advice, tips, and articles, from recruitment to export protocols, to help make exporting a success. Localization guides are tailored to the countries Claire has chosen. These make sure she can blend in like a local, online and offline. Advice from Google and expert partners helps Claire set up the preferred international payment methods in her selected markets. Claire can now go to step 3, market your business. Market Finder can help Claire set up an international marketing strategy, help with advertising, and show her how to measure Argento's success abroad. She can read case studies tailored to her business and pick from a range of useful tools and services to help her advertise, so she can create great campaigns for her new market. All the information Claire needs to export successfully is now in one handy place. Google Market Finder. No matter what you sell or where you are, you can find new customers around the world.
So as you can see, it provides you a lot of really great information, and it's all at your fingertips. It takes you through the 3 main steps to going global. We've done a lot of the heavy lifting and provided our data in an easy way for you to access. The first is finding insights. And so we've taken over 3,000 product categories with all of our search data, as well as macroeconomic factors, and brought that all into a prioritization tool for you. There's also over 100 different articles, guides, best practices around planning your operations for some of these key barriers to entry. And then finally, we've got content on marketing strategies globally. So let's take a look at the first part, which is finding insights. So my team at Google, the International Growth Team, does this for clients all the time. And when we're creating our go-to-market strategies, we start with Google's bread and butter, right, which is data and insights. The key that we're trying to solve for here is where should you put your resources to make the most impact? Because we all know we can't do it all at once. You'll have all the wealth of information from Market Finder, but you also should start to look at what your data is telling you. Your data is a wealth of information on where your business is growing organically, and there are several Google tools which can actually help you get to some of this data. So Google Analytics can tell you from reports on where your users are coming from geographically and what languages they're accessing in. The Google Play Developer Console, if you've got an app, can give you a global look at some of your KPIs, such as engagement and conversions. Firebase Analytics allows you to slice and dice based off of audience and demographics. And so you want to join all of these things together to really make a plan. And I'll highlight 2 more tools that are external that you can go to really get consumer behavior information. The first is Google Trends, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And this actually allows you to take a look at search patterns specific to seasonality and geography as well. And the second is a treasure trove of consumer research information to really help you understand how users use the internet across the world, and it's a market-by-market guide, and that's Consumer Barometer. So now you've got a wealth of information to really decide what markets you're going to go to. So Mackenzie, how do they plan their operations?
As Alicia mentioned earlier, 83% of our customers flagged that operational barriers really slowed down their ability to enter into new markets or to scale incrementally into those markets that they're already in. And so in turn, in addition to insights, Google has also invested heavily in operations. So What we wanted to do is overcome some of those initial operational barriers or issues that different customers were having. For instance, 72% of customers spend their time on websites in their own language, and that's really their preference. To 67% of shoppers abandon their cart because of their specific payment method is not actually supported. To 60% of customers will stop doing business with you if they have a single bad experience. And so in turn, Google really wanted to leverage its ability through insights and scale to provide a better offering for its customers. Within Market Finder, another operation that we support, the 3 options on here include cross-border payments, globalizing customer care, and logistics. And so what Google can do for you through Market Finder and working with your Google team is providing those insights. So not only is the detail available on Market Finder, but also available through consultations and specialist advisors now at Google who will work with you and your businesses to really transform. Furthermore, we have developed a partner ecosystem of over 30+ partners where we will introduce you to payment processors or outsourcing partners or now logistics partners to really help you go global. The other pillar that Google offers is operational support around localization, which is why you're all here today. So it was the #1 operational barrier when we interviewed all of the 500 customers as to why they wouldn't enter a new market. And so Google has really been investing in how to scale out localization for its customers, leveraging that internal expertise as well. The reason we have opted to use Smartling is foremost easy experience. It has a very intuitive and efficient user experience for them to select and manage individual jobs across all of our customers who are using this platform, along with fairly efficient self-service processes as well and dedicated support. On the other side is flexibility. We really needed customized workflows. We offer everything from economy to premium services. Over 200 language pairs are offered in the Smartling platform for us, and we have a lot of very specific flexible content types as we are supporting this for a range of different customer profiles. And Smartling has been a really great partner in order for us to enhance and provide this capability for all of our partners. And so with that, some advice when we're working with our customers and with Smartling to use the platform. These are sort of the 3 fundamental basics. The foundation is really key, and when I'm talking about foundations, it's getting those glossaries and style guides right. They are the basic sort of fundamental assets that underpin any translation. In addition, we always recommend to provide context. Fortunately, Smartling has a great ability to do this through a lot of its integrations, and so context is always key. Furthermore, efficient content management. One of the biggest things you can do in content management is streamlining the content input through automated workflows. This is critical that we suggest for our clients and also at Google. We integrate with over 30 different CMSs, whereas with clients, we're integrating with even more. And so where possible, enable workflow automation. The other aspect to content I would recommend is tiering content effectively. Not all content is necessarily created equal, and so it's important when you know you can leverage MT or want to go for more transcreation or premium workflow services and really partnering with our clients to recognize the importance of tiering different content. And then thirdly, the last basic is sort of quality controls. Always we like to review a subset of our quality in order to ensure they're meeting KPIs, and that's really done by a second vendor is what we have put in place. Along with, we're really looking to integrate more user feedback. You should actually take it into account or otherwise reach out to your individual users because ultimately it's how those users are interacting with your content that really matters versus what the vendors are actually doing. The third and final step.
Yeah, so now you've figured out what markets you're going to enter and plan some of your operations. And so now the last piece is to market yourself globally. And when I say this, I also am talking about making sure that you're setting yourself up to measuring success. So it's a big question, and one thing that I will point out, I'll point out 2 of the common pitfalls that we see. The first is to make sure that you've got a cohesive plan, and it's not just from your marketing team. It's all of you that are helping along the operational barriers, such as localization, but also your customer care and all of these other aspects of it. Because in order to get one streamlined timeline to get into all these markets, you want to make sure that you're setting up the appropriate timelines and measuring that success. And the second is that don't assume that what works in one market is going to work in another, especially for your marketing and messaging. So you're going to want to do a lot of testing and experimenting and use data to really inform these decisions. So obviously we've just scratched the surface, and I want to give you a place to go to really to start your marketing plans. And you can go to Market Finder, and there's a section you'll see there that says Market Your Business, and that's got country-style guides and information about how users really consume advertising content in different markets. And then finally, you're not alone, and your marketing teams are not alone. So reach out to your Google account team, your agency, or there's also on the Market Finder site, there's a request help button that you can actually get to once you sign into it. And so make sure to access your Google account team or your agency specifically to help you with advertising and digital strategy, but about all these other operational elements that Mackenzie was talking about that we have at your fingertips. And so finally, we've got 3 main steps to going global. Finding insights, planning your operations, and marketing globally. So let's hear from some of our customers.
I'm Robin Short, founder of Exploring Vacations. We're an inbound tour operator. Being able to support customers in your new market is critical, but it can be challenging, especially when they speak a different language. With Google's help, we were able to enter markets 3 months quicker, and they helped us to improve our operations in our existing markets.
My name is Nick, and I'm in charge of marketing at Carpet Vista, one of the world's largest online retailers of handmade carpets. With over 100 different payment methods available worldwide and a huge cultural diversity, it is really important to provide the right payment method for the right market. Google took into account our specific needs, such as having high average order values, and provided us with relevant statistics about which payment methods were important and who could provide them.
Mano's ambition is to be the leader in DIY all across Europe. Localization is the best way to show new customers that you care about them. It goes beyond understanding their language. The tone of voice you use, the colors on the website are elements that can impact the results. Google made it very simple for our team to localize Mano's websites. The process was simple, it had a quick turnaround time, and a very high quality.
Our #1 message to you today, if there's only one thing that you take away, is go to Market Finder to really get started. There's a lot of really great information there. It can start you on your process if you're trying to find new markets and new opportunities. And it's an iterative process, right? So once you get started in a couple markets, you'll want to look at what's next. So go to the Market Finder tool. It's on the Think with Google site or at g.co/marketfinder. And if you do need help, there's a request help button on there.